Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're gonna be getting into part 2 of our Christmas DIY adventure with all 12 days of DIYs. In today's video, we're going to be doing 4 more DIYs that are either inspired by current YouTubers who are doing DIY crafts, things that I've seen on Etsy, things that I've seen on Pinterest, or things that I've created in my own brain that I wanted in my Christmas decor collection. All of these items are either 100% or mostly made up of Dollar Tree items, so they're really affordable. So if you are into crafting and you really want to add some unique pieces to your decor collection, let's go ahead and get started. So in this DIY, I am going to be making 2 giant wreaths to go on my front windows outside. All you're going to need for these wreaths is going to be a hula hoop and 8 of the Dollar Tree garlands that I think are about 15 feet in length, 2 pre-made outdoor ribbons, and some ribbon to tie on the top. And so I'm taking 2 of those garlands, wrapping them around the hula hoop just to cover up all the iridescent pink. Because who ever heard of a pink wreath? Actually, that sounds kind of cute for like a little girl's room, like with some deco mesh. That'd be adorable. But this one, we're going pretty traditional. So I'm taking this this garland and wrapping it around the wreath twice, keeping it as covered as I possibly can. In a minute, we're going to be cutting up the rest of those, and we're going to be fluffing out our wreath to make it look more authentic.
Let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling. Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh, and the sunset, it is just getting better on a blanket with the skyline painted in blue. Ooh, yeah, that's what we do. We'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows.
So here I'm taking the remaining garland and cutting off pieces that are about 9 inches in length with some wire cutters. It definitely works better with wire cutters, not needle nose with a little wire pincher on the end of them, just because it was difficult. So wire cutters, definitely a good staple to have in your DIY crafting kit.
This Christmas, we're gonna dance. We're gonna dance. Come on. We're gonna dance. Have a good time. Dance. All night long, we're gonna dance. And have a good time. I think Santa's gonna come and join us in this song. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is
So once you get all of those cut up, you're just going to take your cut up pieces of garland, wrap it around the base, and then twist it like a twisty tie once or twice. And you're going to want to do this and kind of wrap it over each other. It took me a while to get the hang of it just because I was trying to make it look a little bit less uniform, you know what I mean? But after I got the hang of it, it was really simple. Just wrap it around, twist it once, keep going, and then you can fluff and bend the branches to make it look a little bit more full as you go.
Carol singing, favorite season. They said, say Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack or in my bag, yeah. They said, say Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack or in my bag, yeah. Frozen, neck is frozen. Catch me rolling, I'm the chosen. Snow is falling, Elfie's calling. Check my list twice, most of y'all done. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, Carol singing, favorite season. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, Carol singing, favorite season. They say Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack or in my bag, yeah. They said, say Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack or in my bag, yeah. Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, and Vixen. Comet, Cupid, Donner, and Blitzen. No, I can't forget about the one with the red nose. When I fly high, my sleigh still stay 10 toes. Bring the beat, bring the
So after I twisted the branches all around this wreath, I took a red ribbon, tied it up at the top, and bought a pre-made outdoor safe ribbon from, I think it was Walmart for 98 cents, and just twist tied that onto the bottom of it and then hung it up outside. It was the perfect size for my front windows, and it was such a cute addition. So for this decor piece, this one is hanging up in the kids' playroom, and I just took a Dollar Tree sign. I painted it with this green color from one of the apple barrel paints, and then I took some of the, which one was it? I think it was the antique wax one, and I just kind of created the lines down the center to make it look more like wood or shiplap, green shiplap. I printed off the letters off of the internet, or I put them on Word and then printed them off, then traced them onto the wood, painted the wood, outlined the paint with white, and then glued these hooks that I got from Hobby Lobby on so that I could hang the numbers for the Christmas countdown. So for the number signs, I just took these chalkboard tags from the Dollar Tree. They're not really chalkboards, they're more like pieces of cardboard, so I was able to cut them pretty easily to fit this little spot down here. I did have to tie off the rope a little bit higher up so that it would fit better, but that's okay. After that, I took a Jelly Roll white gel pen in, I think it was the 10-point font, and drew around the edges to kind of give it an edge to it, or a border, I mean. And then again, with the printing out of the numbers, I wanted a specific font to make it a little bit more whimsical, so I printed out the numbers, colored the back of them with a pencil, and then taped them onto the chalkboard tags and traced around the edging so that once I remove the paper on top, it leaves an imprint of the pencil on the back behind, and it kind of creates a stencil. I've done this several times, and that's pretty much how I do all of my signs, and I don't need a Cricut. Now, it would be nice if I had a Cricut, but I don't have a Cricut. So you do with what you can, and you know, it works. So here I'm just creating those chalkboard tags. I did double side them so I didn't have to have a whole bunch of tags hanging on these little hooks here. And as you'll see in a minute, the hook fell over. So it did need to be re-glued back on. Those were pretty heavy duty hooks, but you know what? It's gonna last. So it's all good. And even if they fall off by next Christmas, all you have to do is hot glue them back on. So we just make it work.
angels help me through the changes, and I'll be waiting on Christmas night. Show me hope and glory, write us a different story.
Sorry about the angle of this one, but it was kind of the only way that I could get everything in the frame. So here we are making some cut out Christmas trees with this foam board. So I'm taking this level and I'm cutting out a bunch of Christmas tree shapes. They're just going to be a typical triangle, and then I'm going to be covering them with scrapbooking paper to give them a little bit more of a finished look.
So send me lights and angels, help me through the changes, and I'll be waiting on Christmas night. So show me hope and glory, write us a different story, and I'll be waiting on Christmas night. My only wish this year is for you to be show me lights and angels, help me through the changes, and I'll be waiting on Christmas night. Oh, show me hope and glory, write us a different story, and I'll be waiting on Christmas night. Oh, oh, I'll be waiting on miracles tonight. 'Cause don't you know it's Christmas? Don't you know it's Christmas? That's why I'm waiting on miracles tonight.
So when I first started with the Mod Podge to get this paper to stick, I used this little rubber spatula that I got from the beauty section of Dollar Tree. I usually use this to help stick items down when I'm hot gluing them so that I don't burn my fingers. And I thought, oh, well, this would be great for spreading the glue around. Just use a paintbrush. So it was a little gloppy. I did have to go back over this with a credit card to make sure it was smoothed out. I think it was a credit card, I don't remember. But I wanted to make sure that everything was all nice and smooth on the front. And you do want to leave some overhang on the edges so that you can go back and hot glue them to the back side of this. It just makes it have more of a finished, clean look to it.
Holidays and cheer, but now I got my eye set on you. I'm not gonna play it safe. It's going down on Christmas Day. 'Cause I've been trying to tell you in every way. Yeah, I've been trying to show you, but somehow felt I wanna have someone to hold.
So I did this with all 7 of the cutout Christmas trees, and then I attached 2 Jenga blocks, one on the back, one on the front, so that they would stand up straight. And I added these to my mantle, and they turned out super duper cute. I do want to say though that they did tend to bow, so if you want to find a more sturdy material, I would definitely recommend like a thin particle board, or like the ones that you get at Dollar Tree would be absolutely perfect. And if you can just find a way to cut them out, that would work so much better than this foam board did. Our final DIY today is going to be me finishing up some of the small signs that I have hanging around my house now. As you saw, I just kind of colored on the back of the sign that I had printed out in various different fonts. Then I cut out the letters or the words and I placed them on the sign wherever I want them to be. And I taped them down with painter's tape because it does not ruin the background whatever material the background may be. If you are worried about tape coming up or you don't have painter's tape, you can use Scotch tape. I would just recommend sticking it to the back of your palm and then removing it, and that removes some of the initial stickiness of it, and then it will come back off your project without removing the underlayer. So I created 3 signs for the kitchen and 2 signs for the kids' playroom. The one here that I'm working on says, "It's not what's under the Christmas tree that matters, it's who's around it," and that was by Charlie Brown. So I'm just adding some green floral to it, I think it was holly leaves that had fallen off of a pick that I had gotten from Dollar Tree, so I was just using what I had. And then I love these little red berry wire pieces. And then I just kind of attach them there. They're super cute. I found them in white too, but I really like the red since this was a white background. So then I'm gonna add a jute cord to this to be able to hang it. The other one up there is the best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear, which is of course Elf. My kids love that movie. And then the one underneath that is maybe Christmas he thought doesn't come from a store, maybe Christmas perhaps means a little bit more, and of course that was from the Grinch. I did also find Grinch font online, and then I downloaded it and was able to type on Word and print this out in a larger size so that I could draw it onto this these 2 signs here that I had put together, which you'll see in a minute. So as you can see, the back of this sign that I'm working on right now is actually one from fall. They do have quite a bit of signs that are different shapes and sizes, which I do like to pick up every now and again, just to make sure that I have them in my stock so that I have them for whatever I might want them for. No matter what it says on one side, you can always flip it over and make it your own. That I can come home to. Yes, I am on my way. So because this was already such a large, colorful piece, I didn't really want to add too much to it to detract from the actual words on it. So I decided just to take some of this jute twine and wrap it around a couple of times and just kind of tie it onto the back. And I did that on the top and the bottom of it. I'm going to flip the sign over here in just a second, and you can see that they are the 2 Beware signs from Halloween that I just stuck together with some popsicle sticks. I think they have some long ones that are like elves or snowmen for Christmas time, which you can totally use right now too.
days every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside. We gather around the fireplace and no one cares about yesterday. My favorite holiday, it means so much more than words can say. And I claim Christmas is a magic day. Sometimes I tend to forget what glory this holiday represents. But it's fair to say that Christmas is a magic day. Let's go outside. The snow is falling down and every child is having so much fun.
Thank you guys so much for joining me here today. I hope you're enjoying the 12 DIYs of Christmas. I do have one more video coming out on Thursday, which I hope you will join me here for too. Those are going to be some of my most favorite DIYs that I did this year. Some really big pieces too. So stick around, come on back. Can't wait to have you. And don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button to be notified whenever I post new videos. I do have a lot of videos coming out in the month of December, so if you are looking for some motivation, I am here to provide it for you. See you in the next one, guys. Bye, y'all.
Love and joy, so beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. I don't need any presents as long as I spend this day